for the calm before the storm.
I'll see you in Liechtenstein.
Lawsuit, I think, is misguided. In fact, the United States is the only country on the planet that has suggested that XRP is a security. The idea that XRP is a security, it has traded out there for 8 years. You know, it's kind of like, well, if it was a security, I guess we should have known that a long time ago.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hour Script. Let's get right into today's video. As these markets are bleeding, we are going to be looking back at these numbers one day, you know, months from now, and say, wow, I can't believe I didn't accumulate enough. Or I can't believe people were panicking. When we zoom out, the picture is clear. We're all going to be rewarded very handsomely. And in today's episode, I'm going to break down speculation versus utility and how the markets have not seen a utility asset actually go full throttle. And that is 100% facts. Everything I'm going to say in today's episode are pure facts. And that is not me stroking my own ego. It's just the truth. And then we're also going to get into the XRP rich list and who's actually holding XRP, how many of us on this planet, and how much are we holding. Let me start off by speculation versus utility. Marcus Anfanger made it very clear that currently the markets are all speculative. Even in 2024, as of right now, it is all speculative. There isn't an asset out there that is actually providing a real use case right now to these institutions. Banks buying Bitcoin in their ETFs is not solving it's not solving anything, period. And when you hear what Marcus says here, it is very clear that patience is required and they're setting up a completely brand new infrastructure, you guys all know. And keep in mind, when he was saying this, it was when he was looking over institutional markets. Okay, he was the global head of institutional markets. Listen to what he says here, and then I'm going to follow it by another clip from Ripple employees talking about speculative versus utility. This is a big deal. You need to understand this.
You know, I think everybody would agree most of the crypto liquidity right now serves sort of the use case of speculation, fueled by incentives and so forth. And not denouncing that, I think, you know, it empowers the industry to really innovate. However, I think as crypto matures and lives up to its full potential, I think this notion of real world utility will become increasingly more relevant. And just to give you an example, so we at Ripple, with our flagship product, on-demand liquidity, we're literally harnessing billions of dollars of XRP liquidity to facilitate cross-border payments in a couple of seconds from, say, the US to Mexico instead of your 2-3 days like in legacy systems. So really solving a massive pain point in this world, which is how money moves around the world. And these are use cases that can scale in the trillions. So I think the future of crypto liquidity will be shifting more towards solving real world problems as opposed to just speculation.
And before I get into the next video, you're going to hear the moderator talk about Miguel Villas. Miguel Villas worked at Ripple as head of XRP markets. He was there for 3 years and 6 months. And then remember how I always tell you guys that Ripple employees, executives leave, they go into another startup or another company that always ends up utilizing the XRP ledger. And we have been so accurate with this. Currently, he is the chief liquidity officer at Forte, which, guess what? Yes, utilizes the XRP ledger. And he's looking over liquidity officer. And this is on the XRP Ledger website. We do have a job posting for Forte right here, located in San Francisco. But just take a listen to what Miguel Villas said as the moderator kind of recaps what he said, followed by what the Ripple employee says. Again, it always comes down to utility. And we haven't seen that.
The ability to use them for that and the price that they have to have. Because like a few months ago, I spoke with Miguel Villas, the head of XRP markets at Ripple. XRP is Ripple's cryptocurrency that we've been talking about. And he said, before he could even really have that conversation with banks to encourage them to use this as an on-demand liquidity tool, the market cap needed to be much higher, the transaction volume needed to be much higher, and there needed to be more exchange partners. So if it's just being used kind of for transmission like that, what does that imply about the price versus some of the kind of the retail use case or speculative use cases that
price is going to go up? No, look,
and how far away
the
is
honest answer is I don't know. Bitcoin and Ethereum, again, I don't know what the driver of value is there. I think, in fact, when you look at Bitcoin, the initial adoption of Bitcoin is all about retail, and that didn't pan out. And suddenly you have millions of people who hold it. They're just going to hold it. So what's become the use case for Bitcoin is just a store of value, and I think that will persist. And somehow they landed on that, and that's maybe going to persist into the future. But XRP, it's really about this very fundamental driver of demand. Yeah, I mean, if XRP is going to be inserted deeply into the financial system, the market cap has to be orders of magnitude bigger. It has to be able to support institutional flows in the orders of magnitude of trillions of dollars. Today it's a lot smaller. I think it's right around $30 billion. But when you look at
the market cap, I thought, or are you talking about the transaction volume?
The market cap of so there's 100 billion XRP, and the market cap it's trading around 30 cents. So it's about $30 billion. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think that the current users and sort of the crawl, walk, run of growing the capital market, if you will, around XRP is going to be about fundamental demand, and that comes from companies like Veeam. And as more companies like Veeam start to use XRP and use digital currencies in their funding flows, they're going to be putting a massive amount of pressure on banks and larger financial institutions to start using this as well, or they're going to be toast. They're not going to be able to compete and be as nimble as a company like Veeam, who doesn't have to operate with any treasury overhead and all the cost complications.
I know some of you guys have seen that video, but it is very important to understand where we are at the current market state and why there is nothing to worry about whatsoever. Rome wasn't built in a day. And getting into the XRP rich list, how many of us are actually holding XRP? It is such a small fraction of individuals, and I always get irritated when people say they're not going to let us become rich. Why would they let us become rich? It's a complete nonsense, right? I mean, look at all the meme coin millionaires that are happening every single day, making 6 figures, 7 figures. So, I mean, I think they got other weird ways of individuals making money as opposed to an asset that actually is backed by a legitimate company and not just a community. But looking into who owns XRP. So on the left-hand side, we have the full chart ranking from individuals holding from anywhere between 0 to, over 500 million XRP. So what I have done here, we're not going to calculate anybody holding over 5 million XRP. So on the right-hand side, we have where the X marker is, 4.4 million accounts are currently holding less than 1,000 XRP, which I'm not even going to count that because that is right now the current market value for that is less than $500. And if you have less than $500 invested into XRP, I'm going to just sit there and say, you do not believe in what you're holding, or, if $500, I believe everybody, if they understand the utility behind XRP. I mean, $500 into XRP, yeah, that is not enough in my opinion, not financial advice. But individuals holding anywhere between 1,000 to 5 million XRP, and you'll be surprised, there are some retail individuals holding over 1 million XRP or even 3 or 4. That accounts for 860,000 accounts, not people, 860,000 accounts. So this is where things get even more, smaller, because I personally have multiple accounts. So, for example, I could have one account that's offline, an XRP account that has 5,000 XRP. I could have another account that has another 5,000 XRP, right? So I would still be within the 5,000 to 10,000 category twice. And then I could also have another account where there is 50,000 XRP. So there is another account that gets added. So the moral of what I'm trying to say here is the 860, you could kind of divide it in half, because individuals that only just have one account, there are more individuals out there that have multiple accounts that override individuals with just one. So they could automatically, you know, cut that in half to less than about 400,000. Like, that is such a small fraction. Approximately 0.005% of the world's population holds XRP. That is such a small number. I can't even stress that enough. And retail holds about less than 13% of the XRP that is currently circulating. And XRP that is in escrow, in my opinion, retail is never ever going to see that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but there is a very small fraction of us that are actually holding XRP, especially individuals anywhere between, let's take a look here, 1,000 to 100,000 XRP, right? Take a look at that. Look at those numbers, 447 accounts. And if we go take a look at the percentage, I mean, it speaks for itself. There is roughly individuals holding more than about 14,000 XRP, 4%. Individuals holding more than 60,000 XRP, that is the 1%. And individuals holding over 110,000 XRP, that is 0.5% of the world's population that you are, in. That is a very small number. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please try to understand the market that XRP is catering to. It is not catering to a speculative asset, audience. It was made very clear in today's episode that utility has not, we haven't seen it, and I've been saying this for a very long time. When it does kick in, I'm telling you, everybody is going to be in a state of shock, and they're going to truly understand what these assets solve.
Building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.